Alrighty, good morning. How are we all?
Good, buddy.
Alrighty, let's look at the aftermath. Hey, Joey. So, all-time high yesterday. Oh, over here. An Asian big session for Asia session. It's the biggest one we've seen in how long? 83 pips. Biggest one in, gosh, going back a long way. Biggest one since 13 November. And before that, in October. Jeez. Okay, well, let's see. Let's try to pick up the pieces. So we can't look to the left anymore because there's nothing to the left. Nothing but empty space. So only way for price to pick up liquidity is by coming back on itself or failing to break above and grabbing this current day liquidity. Our Asian high, our Euro high. We've got our Asian low under here. We've got our NY 50%. We're reacting currently off of the NY high from yesterday. So yeah, I don't see why price is going to stop. We've got NAS, which is looking maybe a little bit better today. I've got my eye on. Oh, that's strange. I had some. Anyway, we've got it. I had an line up here. Let's turn magnet off. So I don't mind where it's reacting now. If we can push up, we can take out the NY high. We've got nice liquidity up here actually. Yeah, that looks good. That whole zone. So maybe NAS will be the one to trade. Hey Daniel. When you say Euro high, is that London? Pre-London. So like Frankfurt Open. Okay, so I wouldn't mind looking for reactions from this area. Sweep in the Asian low and then seeing if we can get that reaction to keep on going up. Otherwise, I don't really want to take a trade inside of this area. I don't really have much support under there. Could react off the Asian 50%, but like kind of what this one did in that 50% zone. But we also had structure on the NY session. So I think if it's going to be pushing down to go up, like a sell to buy, then I want to be trading from preferably lower. And if it's getting down to this far, I'd actually like it just to take the Asian low completely, push into this area, and then see if we get a nice little reaction to then continue on with some upside. I don't really want to take a trade down on it. So for NAS, I've got my zone set. I'm just going to have to keep an eye on it. German, we're in a tricky spot now because it's all-time high, and I don't like trading near all-time highs because I find that it's more emotion. Everyone's really excited for like the all-time high. You just know, like once we start threatening the all-time high, that it's going to be hit. So there were easy buys on offer yesterday. Once we were starting to push up into this area, it was only going to be a matter of time. There's no way they were not going to allow it to hit the all-time high. So nice buys up to that area. Once you're trading above the all-time high was 16,530-ish. 16,550 represented some decent little opportunities, and now I find once you're above all-time highs, because you've got nothing to the left to go off, you start looking at round numbers. So the new all-time high, we'll call it basically 16,600 flat. Morning, Don. That was a brilliant trade you took on NAS yesterday. And I'm licking my wounds from taking that loss in the first trade of the day yesterday. So I'm going to be make sure that patience is going to win this day. I'm going to take the ones that I really, really like, and I currently don't like. I don't particularly like this area for a setup. I don't particularly like that area for a setup. So if price was pushing up and up and up and up, and I get a price action signal to sell it, to short, I will take that short. If price pushes down into this area, then I will look for a reaction to keep on going long. I don't really want to take anything inside of this area. I find that's just going to be a trap. A trap, unless you're already in the cells after Asian had pushed up like a massive amount. Like that's what we just call it, the third largest session in the last nearly 2 months, month and a half. So unless you had cells already, I don't want to be taking anything inside of here just yet. I was hoping my sell runner that I had from 16,550 was going to hold, and that we're going to see that sell off, but it got taken out. Lead left hand. Sorry for that. You attempted to take that sell, but when the bullish engulfing bar appeared, the spread was still quite big. Yeah, that sucks about Asian session spreads. Spreads are high. It's only now that it's down to 1.9. Yeah, now that Frankfurt has opened. Cool. Alrighty. Gold just doing his business, still selling off from this monster high that it made. 210 pips in yesterday's New York session. Couldn't trade anything really afterwards, so I just had to set alerts and then try reacting to the phone, which is annoying because it meant that the prop account really didn't get much activity. Our personal account was alright after the stream, but the prop account took a hit and then took a win. But then I didn't get any of the wins from New York session. They were all on the personal. Small class today. Small class. What are you guys looking for?
Morning, guys.
Morning, Sarah. Did anyone take the Aussie yen ideas from yesterday? This is the one that I said what I was saying. I was looking for reactions from underneath 96.50. Oops, missed that. Did anyone take advantage of those? Hey Al, hey Locke. Hey Alan. Yeah. Aussie yen was nice and clean. Pound Aussie, that was nice as well. Trading up around this area again. So Aussie finally didn't make sense, the reaction to the interest rates. What did? It did and it didn't. It did make sense, but there was an overreaction. So it made sense to devalue a little bit, but it was an overreaction. So there was definitely correction on hand. All right, lead the fan. GE40 is at the level of yesterday's high. You're waiting if it pushes up to form a double top, or it pushes down lower to sweep Asia's low. Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for as well. That's what I'm waiting for as well. Either once it loads, either they come up respect this area, or sweep this Asian low. And I would like to look for something. We've got our NY. I'll move this NY now. That's not relevant. I can leave that actually. Previous highs are often useful. Here's our 50%. Alright, the rest is the waiting game.
Morning.
Good morning. Could it be going long off the NY high? Yeah, it could if you see this area. If you see that area as a resistance turning support. Certainly possible. But I do like it lower in the Asian session. I do feel that you've got this imbalance candle. We've got a bunch of things there.
So Hayden, it would just be a stronger support, yeah.
Yeah, I mean the trend's pretty strong, so it could react off of here. We know in 15 minutes we're going to get volume come in, and it's going to do its own manipulation, so it's going to manipulate liquidity areas. So I would say that if we're creating a support here, when London Open comes in, it'll either use it to sweep something, to do like a sell to buy, or it'll buy up and it'll leave that there for later on. So if it's going to just buy and look for liquidity from above, to sweep, to come back down, then any buys from here initially will actually pay out. But we just don't know what London's objective is. Is that they're going to buy to sell or sell to buy? It's very difficult when we have all-time highs being hit. The price action is just, you got a lot more limited data points. But if you see the price action and you like that level, then it's just going to be a probability game whether it works out or not. So there's nothing wrong with taking it, that's for sure. Got the liquidity candle. We are in a heavy bull trend. We've just hit an all-time high though. That's what I just don't like. Like the possibility of a severe pullback, given we are in uncharted territory. or is this just going to continue? It's whatever you put on, just make sure the risk is you're not worried about if it works out against you.
Hayden, do all-time highs often get retested, or do they tend to, looking at the one back in July, I think it is, it sort of hit it once and then never went back until now? Is that normal?
Well, I was looking at it, and I was there was a different set of circumstances at the last all-time high. The last all-time high, they were in a current rate hike cycle still. So that to me, that was it was just pure manipulation. That they were just literally just going for it. And then as soon as they hit it, I thought there would be like just a heavy sell-off. And that's indeed what happened. So price, this is the all-time high, and as soon as it hit it, it rejected it immediately, and then it was just cascading down. We didn't have like a strong session after it got hit.
No.
So it got hit, retested it. New York session sold off a little bit. Asian session kind of consolidated, and then it was just, you can see like the big boys had got their price, and it was just heavy selling after that.
Yeah.
But this is in the midst of them still. Are they still going to continue hiking? Now they're really pricing in that they're going to start. The question is, when are they going to start cutting rates? Are they pricing in more rate cuts? Is it going to be first quarter next year, second quarter, second half? How many rate cuts? So you've kind of got all the perfect storm, all the scenarios where price, is in discovery mode, as someone aptly put it, and we could keep on pushing for quite a while. You think about it, and like you look at NAS, or you look at the US indices, and apart from like the big sell-off that we had with like when they started the rate hike cycle, when they had these like every time the price is printing a new high, you're getting like little pullbacks, but price kept on making new highs. You can see apart from like this the actual crashes where price pulls back more than 20%, it's all been a fairly steady move up. Now the US is shaped in that they don't really pay as many dividends as other companies, as other structure index structures. So the business usually reinvests in themselves. And that's what makes the US indices the price chart like this, because it's constantly like going up with inflation and expansion. So the US 30 is the same thing. You get like some severe crashes, but it's more or less like a continued up move, apart from when we had rate hike cycle begin. Whereas German 40, even before we had the rate hike cycle, what we had was like it was subdued growth. Like all through here, there was quite subdued growth. So it's not like the US index that it felt like it was more overvalued. This one here feels like maybe it was this. I know there's a lot of lines on here, but let's clear it. This area, if it wasn't for like concerns over Europe. And then they also had concerns when they had COVID. That was COVID crash. But even before that, we had periods of tensions with Brexit. And Brexit never really was able to let these indexes grow as much as their counterparties on the US soil. So now that Brexit's well and done, it's really done. COVID's in the rearview mirror. Wars, no one's really looking at that as affecting this price interest. Yeah. So is this do they see that there's actually way more growth, and we could actually could we be challenging 1800, which would be crazy to think that this whole leg moves up without any pullback. Like I've never seen anything like this, and it's kind of hard to shape logical ideas based on previous price action when this rally is just not giving any pullback. It just makes me really like uncomfortable anticipating something that doesn't really align with what I've seen in the past. And then because we are breaking all-time highs, we can't forget why we are breaking these highs. Hey, Manny. We're breaking these highs because they're really cutting in. They're really looking at like rate cuts, and like the Europe economy is not good, but we know the stock market's not the economy. So the stock market is
that's
a place to park money.
Okay.
So I really don't know. I really don't know if it's just going to continue rallying, or when there should be a sell-off. There should be some profit taking.
Yes,
just
would hope so.
Yeah, we would hope so.
I've been waiting for a week. I've given up.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Kind of scary how it's just been so bullish. Because as soon as you enter, you're going to get burnt. What was that, Chris?
Sorry. What's the equivalent in Germany? What's the equivalent to the Fed? In the US, there's a Fed. Sorry, what is it? The
European Central Bank.
Okay, so how indebted are they?
How indebted?
Relative to GDP? Like in America, it's like I think they're running at 132% of receipts. The cost of
83%.
The debt. 83%. Okay. Because what happened I think I was reading it in 2008, where they basically, all the central banks set the interest rate to pretty well zero. So it was like a moratorium on debt. But that debt, they didn't forgive it. They just rolled it over, and they've continued to roll it over. So
debt jubilee. They didn't do that.
Yeah, debt jubilee. Yeah, exactly. But the issue, the thing that I was reading about, which I found rather interesting, it was saying that how, especially in the US and EU and places like that, when you add the central bank debt, its balance sheet, to any of the indexes actually
flat.
When you map it out, are quite flat.
Yeah.
The only index that's really gone up is, in real terms, is the Nasdaq, the Nasdaq, I think it is. Saying. So I found that quite interesting, because we look at it and we're saying, "Oh, geez, this is flying up," but in real terms.
Yeah, you're only just sticking with inflation. Actually, there's no real
Correct.
growth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. I've seen reports like that. Also about reports about how much debt to GDP can they actually sustain. So they say the 120% was danger, but now I've seen them revising that after war, US was able to pull that back, and now it's like maybe 200% is the point of no return.
Yeah.
Then there were different conversions they do, like different calculations of GDP. Then it got really complicated.
Yeah, there's a lot. It seems like there's an awful lot of doom and gloom. Like macroeconomists that just talk about, like you're saying, the point of no return and that type of thing, which is interesting, especially when you get a counter view like that. That I put up an article from that guy Raoul Pal, macroeconomics guy, and he was saying, actually, when you think about it, he's actually very optimistic compared with a lot of other macroeconomists, because he's saying there's a lot. It's almost like exponential age, where you factor in things like power, which represents a large cost in input costs in most economies. They're developing new things like wind, solar, but it's not continuous base load, right? But nuclear plants now, which take 10 years to commission, now they've got it down to like a quarter of that. They're much smaller, they're much safer, but there's a big pushback because people don't want to have a nuclear plant in their backyard. But I think it gets to the point where that input cost is so great that when compared with something like nuclear, that it could be a fraction of the cost, like a tenth of the cost. You know what I mean? Which would severely, it would improve the economy, productive nature of the economy quite dramatically. And then these talks about
small nuclear
Yeah,
plans. Yeah,
yeah.
I've seen those.
But that's just one factor this guy talks about. He talks about 5 different factors, like, for instance, blockchain technology reinventing the financial markets, and tokenization. Even BlackRock are really pushing it. Larry Fink's pushing it big time in terms of tokenization and fractionalization of all types of assets, including debt. That's the second thing. And he talks about this exponential age in terms of power, in terms of blockchain technology, in terms of AI, in terms of robotics, in terms of automated vehicles. The way he talks about it paints a picture of actually a very rosy picture in terms of the economy, and those productivity gains from what he calls the exponential age is really set by 2030 to just change the face. I think he refers to, there was a book a guy wrote, I think it was called The Fourth Turning.
Yeah, Neil.
Have you ever read
Neil
that?
Turner or something, or Neil or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. So pretty interesting.
Yeah,
Especially when you contrast it to guys that are doom and gloom, which you hear all the time. It's just like, shit, do I need any more of that crap?
yeah. He does, I think a lot of his argument was based on technology advancing faster than the debt cycle before everyone. Because what happens is, as long as you've got money moving around, they can sustain it. As soon as someone wants to start cashing in and money stops moving, then that's the problem when you have debt. So they've got to keep money moving. So they can just keep on printing. As long as they're printing and people are still optimistic, you can run massive deficits. If money's moving around fast enough, you're like, they can sustain it longer, far longer than those doom and gloom people that are basically prepping for Armageddon. You can get years and years still more of just like bull, and that's where you get all these missed gains. Missed opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, you've got your bug out sorted out, haven't you?
My bunker. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, I've got a couple cans in there.
Cans of baked beans.
That'll last, don't they?
So where are we going today?
What do we got?
It's going. I was going into here earlier.
Yeah, this is
at the New York
Naz.
High.
This is Naz, and I can see this clean candle here. I wasn't particularly confident to enter here, but the price action was. So I think that if we can come back down, and I'm going to have to be very careful taking the second retest, because this is the retest of this little area where we accumulated above the New York high, or just below the New York high. Was able to push. We've got the monthly level right here, but that was a decent Naz little opportunity. That was the price action I like to see. This. It picked up a bunch of liquidity as well. We do have like 4 hour areas around here where we just got we've got this whole clean candle. We've got a little doji to attack. We've got a doji low that we swept the low of. We've got little wick rejections. So that was a nice little zone. All right, we've got 1 minute before. What was that, Glenn?
Just taking the Frankfurt high.
Just taking the Frankfurt high. Oh, I see. Yeah, sorry. I was looking at the whole Euro high. Yeah, we started to pick up some liquidity here. We've got a few little dojis and double tops in the lower time frame. Like on the 3 minutes, I think we've got a little FU candle. This was the Frankfurt Open candle. So where are we going to go? Are we going to print a new high, or are we going to do a little bit of a sell-off, a little bit of a reprieve, release some steam? It's annoying when I don't have session highs and lows that I really like, because what it means is I usually need to wait then for price to develop a pattern or develop something that I like to see. And so far it's like I'm not set on this area. Even this area, I'll give it a go from here if we are able to push here, and I'll give it a go from above here. But there's such a long way, that's 100 pips this distance, and it feels kind of a waste to not trade unless price has to move 50 pips or down 50 pips. I would like to be able to take the move down. So if I see kind of the reverse pattern, I would like to lean into sells just because we've had the all-time high. But if price pushes up, gives a reaction, comes down, consolidates, what I'll do is I'll wait to sell from here again. If this pattern forms. Morning, Beata. Lead left hand, prefer the sell-off for a big move to the upside. Yeah, like yesterday was a bloody annoying day. It was annoying open. The rest of the day was fairly smooth. I was just realized how I just got so manipulated by price and entering, and it was purely because I knew I had things I needed to do, so I wanted that trade. And I think that's something that is quite important for people to recognize. If you really want a trade, you're more likely to make a mistake. But if you're super patient and you just wait for your levels to be hit, we're usually on the right side of the ledger. Okay, so what do we got? We've taken Euro 50%. Or like this whole blue box 50%, that is. We've got a nice clean candle here. We haven't quite taken out the imbalance. But we've got a few things we've taken in this candle. We do have we've got a few things that we're picking up. Potentially could give it a shot if it pushes up into the zone and gives that rejection. I would keep my stop pretty tight on that case. Not the stop super tight, but the risk pretty low. So, because I'm not sold on that area unless it pushes up a little bit deeper. But this, just gonna have to wait and see. The London Open's actually kicked in 3 minutes ago. We're not really doing too much yet.
That was a cracker of a move last night where it pulled back after the session we had, and it pulled back to the high of London, and then it just went up. I had marked in, what was it, 16,533 from the...
This one?
It was it was a doji back in, right back, gosh, where is it? I don't know, I just had a red line. I thought, gee, that'd be a good target to go for. Why?
Yeah. I like that.
31st of July. 31st of July.
Yeah. It'll be around your Asian session.
Yeah.
I think that was the Asian session that we had, Asian high, because that had the monthly level here. But what I liked about this one, after we'd finally taken that London high, then we got that lovely. Well, it wasn't actually the best candle on this one, as in on my broker, it actually did take the high. This one that took the high of the previous candle, so that was my rejection candle, and that's the one I entered on, and took it down to about here.
Wow.
But I did give it I took a loss on the first one, so it took me 2 goes to get it. So this was the first idea, because that one was taking from New York high, and I was like, you know what, it could push up to this London high, but I didn't want to miss the move. And that's what I mean. I was really impatient yesterday, and then price stopped me out in full, and then price pushed up and gave it a second go for this one, and that was the one that actually worked out after it took the London high. So took 2 goes to get it, but finally got it.
Early signs of a sell-off on the 5 minute.
What was that, mate?
Early signs of a potential sell-off on the 5 minute on German.
Now or then?
Now.
Oh, now.
Previous 5 minute candles completely bearish engulfing. In that same zone as the Euro bearish engulfing.
Yeah. Are you in this area?
Yeah.
Good one.
There's a late entry, but
Late entry.
I got in sort of here on the next candle when
sorry.
it wicked. Oh,
Go on.
no, you're right.
That one.
The line's not correct, not perfect, but it's somewhere in that area.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pull back too.
Yeah. So 4 minute close, nice. So that was a lovely entry where you got the 4 minute, but this is your danger zone.
Yeah, I'll take them probably. I know that they could potentially shoot through it, but it's very easily to bounce.
Yeah, yeah. I think it should break through and correct this whole Asian move.
Yeah, that's just taking the zero away from me.
But I think the more that it threatens to go down, the more I would like, if it does come back up here, to be more confident given that a sell from here.
Plenty of good zones down the bottom here to buy from.
Yeah, so they should sell down to that to do that for
Correct.
us. That'd be a bit rude if they didn't.
If you zoom out just a little bit, Hayden, on that same chart. Oh, you've already got a yellow line down there, that's alright. It's very close to the zone I've got marked out.
Mm-hmm.
If we break this low and we pull back, I'm entering short again.
Okay.
I'd like to see retest it and build.
Let's go to all chart view so I can just keep an eye on the 30 minute as well. Yeah, looking nice for those sells. Hope people are in this one. I'm not in anything just yet.
Looks good now, 30.
Alan, you're in? Nice one. Oh, Naz. Damn it, spiked up into the zone. Oh, I never finished the news. German industrial orders Big miss, holy. Minus 3.7%. So it's yellow folder on here, red folder on financial juice. Well, that's a big miss. Jeez, minus, do they have big misses? Oh, they don't, okay. Oh, they can have a lot of discrepancy, can't they? Okay. Otherwise, we've got fairly, well, we've got Euro retail sales as well at 10 o'clock. Other than that, we don't really have a whole lot apart from Canadian news, UK news, but not till later, and US news. Forex Live. Yeah, nothing really. All right. Well, I'd like to do a buy to sell. Don't know about you guys. What do you think? Because I'd like to sell, but I don't want to sell here. I'd like to sell from up here.
What are you looking for, Haydos? 10 pips, or are you looking to get to that zone at the top?
Yeah, the top.
Yep. Well, I like the 4-minute setup.
That's what I'm looking at, yeah. Looking at it on the broker. 4 minutes. Looks alright. Would have been the entry.
I took it, because why not?
Sure.
Yeah, I got 11 on that guy.
From here down to the little zone. Yeah, cool.
You don't have your EMAs on, but this was the 200 EMA on the 5. If you zoom out just a fraction
On the
5 minute chart. Yours, I know your price. Oh Jesus, your price action. What's different? My price action to this candle is taking out that low. It's taken
on alpha.
It's bounced off that on alpha. Yeah.
Really? When we get into these all-time highs, I've noticed that I've never seen as much discrepancy between brokers before as I've been seeing now. Literally, when was it? It wasn't yesterday, it was Monday, wasn't it? Had like a 10-second delay for a good part of it.
You saw it in the German channel.
I wonder if it's going to come back.
I see markets, it's nowhere near as low as what it shows on ACG.
Maybe check to see when they close on ACG. That could also be it. Because you do get differences, like for example.
100%. It's in these, Hayden. It's an hour discrepancy.
Yeah, but our discrepancy is normal.
No, like the I see markets, it opens at like the 1 o'clock candle. ACG opens at the 2 o'clock candle.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
That's the discrepancy. Okay.
Yeah, you're missing an hour.
Yeah, an hour data.
Because Pepperstone, what it does is it closes from 2 to 2:15.
Yeah, that's so 2. Oh, okay, yeah.
So we've got like it opens at 11.
Yeah.
My time. Opens at 11.
Yeah.
Trades till midnight. And then it closes for 15 minutes. So this candle, and this candle is actually 30 minutes apart. But then all the others are 15 minutes apart. Because these are 15-minute candles. But it's missing 15 minutes inside of here. Because Pepperstone closes. So you will get some discrepancies with price action in this little area.
Oh, okay.
But IC markets will do one thing. ACG is obviously doing another thing.
CMC, everything's different.
Yeah, he's still using CMC.
I did a little bit last week. I haven't this week at all. It's just I've been distracted this week, so I haven't really been trading that much.
Mm-hmm.
Not good trading when you're distracted.
No, not at all.
Learned that lesson.
Can vouch for that.
Sorry.
Let's see if this can go. So enter the little buy on this one.
Yeah.
On this candle. If we can do a wick fill, we'll start pushing above. Lovely.
5 minutes is looking good.
See if we can at least take out the London high. I want to do a buy to sell. So I'm looking for this. I'm looking for this to drive up, hopefully, up into this zone. And then I'll look for some sells.
Well, the US 30's having a nice bounce too.
Thing of this, we've got a 3 minute. We've got a 3 minute no wick candle right over here. So at that point, I'm not going to secure anything, but I won't take a loss on this one because I really don't want it to come back. This was to me, this was the retest because the structure's still making lower highs. I'm failing to close above there. So this is a danger area for me. The structure's still printing lower lows. After we're making lower lows, it makes sense for the pullback. So what I'm looking for is that this, because it's a New York high, it was also the pre-London low. What I'm thinking that is for London comes in and they can do a little shift in structure, they can do the manipulation. So whilst we had trending structure to the downside, it makes sense to make a lower low, and normally trending structure would just be making a lower high and continuously making a lower low. But because we're in London Open, there's a good chance that this is more of manipulation. So we made a new lower low, people expecting to take a lower high, price stalls, and then just keeps on pushing up. But just in the event that it is a lower high and then comes down, I don't want to entertain that and take a loss on this. So moving around 14-15 pips in profit. We've retested. This is the danger area for me. That no wick candle. Bloody hate if it rejects off of there. Because it's first trade, I'm going to leave that at break even now.
This second candle here was my trigger. Third candle, sorry.
What was that?
The third candle on that 3 minute chart, which also looked really nice on the 1 minute.
That's the one that I entered on, yeah.
Yeah, same. That created a higher support.
Yeah. Looks like it might come back down to entry. Come on. Hopefully it can survive. It's too early to take profit because it never quite got 20 pips. I'm going to factor in spread. But I won't take an L on it. Move to BE, yeah, out. Oh, bummer, Tom. Now we've got a little bit of a double rejection kind of thing going on. So we've got like a little support, we've got a little resistance here now. Break resistance. If it does make a lower low again, then I'll just switch to waiting for a reversal, which will be actually in line with the higher time frame trend, but I won't look to sell anymore if it does make a new lower low. But I'm not looking to take pullback sells at all just yet. My whole sell zone is going to be up near this all-time high again. The way that I'll ascertain, because we don't have resistance, do we? We don't have after above the Asian high, that's going to be liquidity. I feel like there's going to be at some stage there will be a profit taking for these institutions that have been just driving price up. What I would be looking for as a resistance would be just typical London range, and we know what that is, don't we? I harp on about that all the time. So I'll look to see rejection candles around 80 pips, 100 pips from the low of London. So the current low is 16,540. So I'll be looking for rejection candles at 16,640 or 16, not underneath, 16,620 even. So that'll be about 20 pips above the Asian high. That'll be a way I'm going to say, well, I think there could be resistance here. And I could be wrong. I could actually absolutely be wrong. But you would like to buy to sell? I would like that as well. Yeah, 100%. Oh my God.
It's just the time of year, Hayden, when it's like this, where it's just grinding, grinding, grinding.
I think there's a lot of volatility. I think there's been a lot.
How does it go? The markets go sort of leading up to Christmas. Do they slow down?
Yeah, I wouldn't be trading indices around Christmas. Gold you can do pretty decently. Currencies.
We had some good trades in the new year last year.
Yeah,
Didn't we on gold?
Gold's good.
Gold is cool.
Gold you can almost trade every day. Every day through Christmas.
And when do things kick off again for the new year?
Usually like February, or like 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks in, you start seeing it pick up. But like a lot of the time, you don't see really nice movement until till basically Feb. Sarah's in gold, running 100 pips, beautiful. Oh no, what I was saying, oh my god, wasn't that price pulled back down? It was had such a broken sleep last night. So Sarah went to sleep with Twinkle Twinkle Little Star on the hatch machine for the baby, and I put my earplugs in, and I woke up and I could just hear it, and I must have been listening to it in my sleep for like 5 hours straight. I was like, I changed it to Bar Bar Black Sheep, and it's amazing that AVC song, Bar Bar Black Sheep, and Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, they sound very similar. I never pinned that together before.
Just wait to get ready to wiggle.
So I changed it, and Sarah woke up instantly. What are you doing? I was like, babe, I cannot listen to that song one more second. And then Maddie was a little bit grumpy, but Maddie's always grumpy around this time. And now I had her for a bit before I started the stream. Put it back to gave it back to Sarah. Sarah put Twinkle Twinkle Little Star on, and she fell asleep. But she normally falls asleep. Sarah, correlation and causation, different things. But now I'm gonna have to listen to Twinkle Twinkle Little Star for ages. Yeah, oh sorry, unless I meant the alphabet song, not ABC. The alphabet song, Twinkle Twinkle and Bar Bar Black Sheep. You can almost sing along to the same thing. Oh, they are the same, are they? Same melody from Mozart. Oh, there you go. See, we learn something every day. Alright, so almost 20 pips. Almost at 20 pips, and just a touch away. We got Hop Hop Bunnies. I haven't heard that one yet. Maybe I have, but I haven't put the name to the song. I was going through the book yesterday with her, and there was I was like, oh, there's a kind of flashback. I haven't looked at these songs for such a long time. $18.2 pips. Come on, push. Oh, 19.6. Flipped up.
I'll pull them back, so indices might have a little bit more money to play with in a second.
Let's hope so. New 30-minute candle just opened. Closed pretty nice, this one. But the tell is going to be how the hour candle closes. So the first 30 minutes, there's only one piece. Is it going to close strong? Is the new 30-minute candle going to keep on breaking the highs and extending this 1 hour candle? I hope so. I hope it can come back up to here for a buy to sell, a nice buy to sell. What strategy am I using? Kind of compiled a whole bunch of things I've learned in such a long time of trading. The best way for me to describe it is, this is a scalping session. I've got different styles, of course, but what I'm really looking for is price action around points of interest, zones of interest, and I put a lot of weight onto session highs, lows, 50%. Market time is also a big thing, but that's pretty much it's. I've got different triggers how I enter into it as well, whether it's like an aggressive entry, like a cowboy, or like a it's not aggressive. Cowboy entry was just kind of really going with limited confirmation. Then you got like anticipation, confirmation, or late entries. If I miss the move, maybe I can get in late. This is an example of this is like a rejection candle. I prefer, like, I don't mind, like I do like the 1 minute chart, but I'm a bit too distracted to trade 1 minute chart when I'm doing like streams. But so anything like 3 minutes and above. But this is got a pre-London. I've got it. This is my Frankfurt low. Okay, this is also previous New York high. This is around the Asian 50% area, and then this is to me a rejection candle. So once a rejection candle is formed and closed, I prefer to trade away from that wick until another area of liquidity is being picked up. So I see pre-London, the high, I see Asian high. So this area is a danger area for any long traders in case we do like a double top, whatever it's going to be. But if I see price action above this area, I don't really want to enter necessarily here, but if I see price action above it, then I like to trade it down, and I'll use typical session ranges as well. When I say range, I don't mean like range, like consolidation, but like how far price typically will move in the first hour of London, and the second hour London, the third hour London, things like that. I've got stats for. Kind of my own strategy. Yeah. I think it's important for anyone that trades is to eventually find a strategy that you resonate with and make it your own. Like tweak it to what you see, because everyone's got different eyes. Everyone sees things differently. You need to be able to adopt and adapt. Oh bugger, looks like it's rejecting this London high area, current London high. Or is it the 30-minute bottom wick? Problem is that bottom wick can easily close me out for break even before it makes this move, but because I do see this as a danger area, I don't want to entertain taking a loss when I was basically 20 pips in profit, but I wasn't quite 20 pips in profit, so I didn't really want to close any of this. What are you pointing out, Glenn?
I know, going to, mate.
What was that?
I'm actually even supposed to be on your screen.
Oh, I see.
I still had the bloody annotate bar on.
Graffiti in my screen, mate.
Oh, mate. No.
Aussie in London? I'm not in London, but you're close, mate. You're close. Uh, 30-min tail fill. I hope not, Tom, because I really don't want to be looking for sells from the zone. Oh, I thought you were asking if I was an Aussie in London. This is London session though.
Is that the 50% of that wick there, Hayden?
Let's have a look. Pretty close. Richie, Dixie looks like it's heading to take out previous daily high.
Yeah.
Dina made $80 on Aussie US. Nice one. $333 margin buy. Feel free to teach my method. Yeah, that's what these streams are for. Just to show. Don't look at yesterday though. Bloody thing stung me. Kind of in a holding pattern, aren't we? It kind of looks like it's starting to, got apart from the little fake out, the little sell to buy, we're really stalling around this area. Price is just oscillating. Problem is if this is the range and it does retest this area again, it's going to take me out for BE. Oh yeah, I agree, Dina. I did a review last night on it, and I was like, I always say my wins always look identical. Like as in where I've entered, like maybe my entry's slightly different, but all the wins, it plays out exactly the same. So there's not as much to learn from it apart from just pulling the trigger when you see it. But the losses, they're the ones that the trades looks very different, and you're like, why do they take that trade? If it's a planned trade and it's just following the rules, it's a probability loss, it's no big deal. But yesterday was a frustrating day. Annie, looking for long on gold? Yeah, I'm not a big fan of gold in London session. I find it's really hit and miss whether it's going to move. But you're at the euro 50%. Look at the euro, man, flying up. Oh, here we go. It's going to be a BE. What is London session? You mean the time here? The box? I've got London. I call London when it's a standalone. Because I know there's overlap, but I call London session from 8 AM to 1 PM UK time. Before New York gets involved. Once New York gets involved, then we've rolled into the New York session. London's still open, but I'll treat New York session the time when New York takes over as standalone, just so I've got like nice highs and lows. Yeah, that's a shame, man. It literally flirted with 20 pips. I saw it tick up, and maybe it did temporarily, but with the spread, the high as it looked like on my screen was 19.6. I thought maybe I should just secure here anyway, but I didn't. I didn't, so this was a BE. Now look at this hour candle. Hour candle's looking gnarly now. If it closes underneath here, then you would really think that there's no more buys until we until we get down to like at least the Asian low. And then once we get to the Asian low, I'll look for buys from underneath the Asian low if I see a rejection candle. Same thing as I see here. If I see that around this area, around 16,500, then I'll give that a long opportunity. I think I'll drop that far. Yeah, this is a low time frame. Because that would put the London range at 85 pips. That's the usual. That's the usual. So once, especially if this does it if it could do that now, in the next 20 minutes, that'd be amazing. Oops. Get rid of that one. This is this picture I'm trying to show. So, typical London range. Maybe it's a little bit small for everyone. It's probably going to be too small. Anyway, typical London range, on average, from top to bottom, is about 123 pips on average. Of course, the average means it goes above and below that. But the typical volume for the first hour is just a touch under 80 pips as usual volume. So from here down to here is 80 pips. So if we get that, then I think there's a huge chance that you get that reaction reversal. And it might just be that. It might just be a reaction reversal. It might not be even like price could keep on trending down, but on German 40, which is quite nice and volatile, even these reactions from lovely areas can give you 30 pips, and I'd be absolutely fine just taking a counter trend 30 pips if that's the opportunity. If it just keeps on going down and I miss the sells, I won't try to chase those sells. I'll just look for the next move I'll see it will often be the pullback. No, but it could hold. It definitely could hold, because I know this was the first candle, and a confirmation candle would be something rejecting this candle again and closing bullish. Then that will be price is really struggling to make a new low, and we could be making higher lows from here. Problem is that this didn't break this, so that's the problem. Oh, NAS, I got my alert going off. 15,939. So the NAS dropped then, did it? Yeah, freaking hell. That's the one I missed. That's the one I missed. From price pushed up into this little area. You notice how, like, look at just really just tickling the Asian high. Asian high, there was a candle there. My focus is generally on German in the morning, but that's a nice little move. Now we're pushing down to this area. That was the first alert went off to make me aware that price is getting to my zone. If price can give me price action underneath here, I need to see a this would be a confirmation type entry where I'll see a reaction followed by a retest, and then I'll give it a shot back up. So we'll see. Kind of hard to scalp two different assets at the same time. Okay, so we just retested this. So if I can see another rejection candle, I'm trusting that this can support the weight of the world, this wick. If I give this another go. I would like to be given it a second shot more if this had broken this high. But yeah, if this candle can close nice, well, we're breaking the high. Damn, do I want to give it another go? You know what? I'm going to give it another go. Second opportunity. Now I don't want it to come back again. So I'm going to break even this one again. I should do simple explanations. Maybe it's... Yeah, I try. Maybe it's just not my ability.
You should take more notes.
Yeah.
Can't expect to understand someone's trading style in one session.
It's just not. It's not
Yeah.
reasonable. I mean, you know, how long is it taking you to learn your craft? Like, you know, seriously, like, you know, how long does an engineer take to do it? You know, a lot of people think, oh, I have 5 minutes to learn something. Yeah, I just think it's an unrealistic expectation. That's my experience. You know, to train your eye alone, how long does it take to do that?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, back testing and so forth. It's like, you know, when I was told that, and I thought, oh, okay, but you know, many hours.
There's a lot of detail to consider, especially
Oh
these
my
scalping
gosh.
sessions. I prefer like
Oh.
the higher time frame is nice because it's a lot slower. But gosh, imagine doing a stream for 24 hours for a trade to play out.
Yeah, but when you think of, like in hindsight, when we look at it now after, you know, being with you for a little while period, you know, what you said before, you know, price action around Zoys and Boys, session highs and lows, 50% liquidity areas, you know, like when you really go into it, liquidity to liquidity, you know, different entry styles, the sessions alone give context. That's the hardest thing I find is gaining context when you're trying to learn something. You're trying a bit of this, you're trying a bit of that. Actually, when you put together the way you look at things, if you just keep going over it and over and over it, you start to see it a lot better, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just.
I agree. When you're looking at something, if you're trying to look at swings and pullbacks, and when bigger swings will happen on, say, like a chart like this, if you don't, it's maybe a little bit too low, like on the 15-minute, we can see the trends up, but if you'd think it'd just be simple just to buy, and probably would have been simple to buy, but you got the psychology as well. But like when you get bigger pullbacks, like when you start breaking highs, you can time them a lot better when you overlay that with your actual sessions. You can definitely pinpoint it a lot better. That when you see like, oh, that's my London high, as opposed to that's my Asian high, you'll find you'll be a lot more successful in trading just by this one little difference alone.
Even with that in mind, leaving that screen exactly as it is now, we've seen in this session here, it pulled back into this low, which aligns with a fair few of these lows. Doesn't have to touch it exactly, but you can see by eye that it comes back to there. The next move takes up to another high. It's taken out 1, 2, 3 highs.
Yeah.
Well, where did it pull back to?
Yeah.
Session. Oh,
Yeah. Indices as well, a lot nicer, I find. You've compared this with like a currency. Let's go a currency pair.
Okay.
So like this, like trading something like this, bloody hard, it's not hard, it's just annoying trading something like this. But because if you don't have the sessions, this is a nightmare. This is an absolute nightmare to trade. But if you put sessions on there and you think, well, what about I only look for reactions when price takes a previous session? You know, you get a reaction from underneath the Asian low. You can predict that. You know, the trend's down, but you don't want to be selling if you're breaking a previous swing low, because you know there's a good chance that you're going to get a reaction. So that pullback, some people would like to take that pullback. Other people wait for that pullback and continue with the trend. But we break a session low, we have a pullback. We retest the session low, people would be taking that. You know, we break the previous session high, there's a pullback. Wait for the pullbacks. Makes a lot more sense when you put like these colored boxes over the top of it. Looks like German, I can see on my charts that we were about 11 pips in profit. Now it's coming back again. So annoying. Markets on fear and greed, yeah, definitely. That's for sure. Well, I'm just surviving. It's literally going to do nothing, isn't it? Again, until late. Like yesterday, how we did the stream, and we had to sit through all of this, all of that, and then right at the end, come down. Should have been a perfect entry, but I took the impatient entry, and then missed out on the actual good part of the move. But it didn't actually start moving until like 8:44. So the first 45 minutes of the London Open had to sit through trash. Now here, at least it sort of moved up and down a bit, but it's still very small compared to where it can move. Catch you, Dina. That's nice to see activity in the chat, that's for sure. What's the session indicator called? This is Gym Sessions. It's one of the members coded it. But you can get other ones. There's plenty of session indicators if you search inside of here. There's one by Lux Algo, that's good.
Gold's had a 113 pip pullback in London session.
113 pips. Holy.
I got 60 of them.
Oh, nice one.
I nearly got that pullback. Nearly got me.
Nice one. London's been giving some good moves on gold. It's a shame that German's doing nothing. Even NAS looked like it's done a nice little. Oh, it's only 8 pips as well. Yeah, everything's a bit slow, isn't it? It's almost time for a coffee then. That can get it going.
Nice work, Glenn.
A bit later. I'm just doing more analysis and in before the London Open. Because we lived into the liquidity zone.
Same here, Gleno.
Can't really hear, mate. You're very quiet.
Right, I was turning my head.
Talking to the wall.
I was, mate. I was talking.
I was going to add to that. Sorry, G. I was going to add to Tom and them too before Hayden, is that you've been coaching me for probably 2.5 years now, and I've killed it this London session. So I've learnt everything from you.
Oh, nice one. That's good to hear.
On my pairs have done really well.
Your Aussies and pound Aussie.
Yeah.
Yeah, pound Aussie.
And UJ. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
Aussie yen. I had buys on Aussie yen yesterday. After the zone that I was looking at for that 96,500, and then also on UJ. UJ performed far better. So once we swept inside of this area, really nice. This unfortunately took me out. But I had the entries, the runner, and then that bastard took me out. But UJ was much nicer. This was, if I was able to survive that entry, I think we're going to see, like my for the runner for the swing trade was way up here.
Yeah.
Way up here. So I'm really looking forward to get correct.
It just took my runner out, but my EA's finally kicked in. So beautiful reaction point. Swept Asian yesterday.
Yeah.
And then I bought.
Yeah, it did make sense that the reaction.
I bought on that sweep.
Yeah, beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
The reaction from.
And
from the RBA didn't make sense. It made sense. It was just a pullback. It was just a pullback to set up better sells.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna grab a coffee. I'm gonna keep on hunting more for more sells. More trades. Not sells. More trades. But people on the Trading Nut stream, I'm gonna end that one. You can keep on watching if you go over to my stream. It's Haydos FX on YouTube. Okay, the name's over here on the bottom left. My people watching on my channel, stay on. I'm just going to go to coffee, and then we'll look for. This is two break evens. Never quite got the 20 pips to take anything. Oh, Chris, you got to go watch play volleyball. Good one. All right, enjoy that. All right, Trading Nut guys. I'll see you later. My stream, stay on. My
Thanks,
Zoom
mate.
and
Bye.
also YouTube. We've got a bit longer to go.
Peace out, bro.
Alrighty. Let's go get some coffee now. I'll be right back.
Well said, Danny.
Thanks. Was that you, G, or Tom?
G, I think. He's just left the room.
Oh, yeah.
No, well done, Danny. That's great.
It's only one girl, which is you.
No, there's a couple of girls.
We need the girls to teach us.
Yeah, sorry, that was me yelling at you before, Danny. Oh, gold.
Yeah, thanks, G. I got it. I got in right at the beginning of your Aussie, and it swept the low, and it was just hovering. And I second guessed myself, but I got it back and then some. So I'm glad I re-entered.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so bouncing off
What is
the
the five?
second line.
Oh, Ivy. It's B-E.
Hello, Turbo.
He's saying hi. Say hi, Glenn.
Hi, Glenn.
It's Ivy.
Oh, it's Ivy. Hello.
It's Ivy. All right, I'll pop back.
Is Ivy another trading orphan?
Trading orphan.
Yeah.
Trading or yeah.
I've got a trading widow and trading orphans at home.
Yeah. I've got a few of them too.
Me too. Yeah, I'll just go tend to the orphans. I'll be back.
Go gold. Beast. But if you're watching session times, even today, you look at gold, it broke out, took out a fair value gap, which I trade, but a lot of people don't, on in the London session. So London pushed up into the gap that it left from the other day, and it pulled back just now to the Asian high. If you trade EMAs on the 5-minute chart, that's fine, you don't have to, but EMA on the 5-minute chart, we bounced perfectly off the 200 EMA and then held support at the Asian high. So after it held support, I took a 20 pip bounce. You don't have to do 50 pips if you don't want to, but trading off these session highs and lows in 50%, they're good for a reaction.
Thanks,
Yeah, I
G.
did
Very
that.
insightful, mate.
With Euro Aussie yesterday, I think it was 50% of the Asian. Session pullback for London, and got in on that too, and got that bar of London open.
Depends how much you trust an area. Like the area lines up with a 50%.
Well, it's a daily. It's a daily POI for me, and it was 50% of Asian session.
There you go. So you got confluence.
Yeah. Okay, I'm coming. Come on.
So, Glenn, just on gold on the 5-minute, it's just reversing off the 100 EMA on mine. Is that
On the 5-minute, so the support on mine, Haydos got a different. So yes, the support being like the close of the previous candle and the open of the current candle is sitting on the 100 EMA, correct?
yeah?
The bearish candle with that nice big long bottom width, that's touching like EMA on my broker.
Okay. So I'm just wondering, is that enough to go long, or are we just doing a pullback?
It depends how long you hold it for. So if you're looking on the 5-minute chart, 4 candles ago we had that little bullish sort of rejection wick where it sort of created a bit of a support.
Yeah.
I take a long trade, I will generally speaking, take profit when it hits a zone like that. So if it,
Okay.
I think because I would expect it to react from that. It might only pull back 10 or 15 pips, but if I've got a late entry, that 10 pips could be break even for me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'll take my profits there, wait for a double bottom, and then get a second entry. So
Oh,
essentially, what's happening is that first win that you've done funds the next trade. So if you lose,
Yeah.
it's like if it hits your stop loss, you've lost nothing. It's a break even. Or if it continues through, then you've hit your that's when you can set your bigger targets. Like so that win that I just had a second ago, I've entered another one on the when it had the bottom wick come through, and then break the previous resistance is high. We've got a very, very clean move. So that looks like a sell to buy. That's how I'm reading it. So London has pushed down on gold. We've had how many pips did that pull down?
Hey guys,
100.
I thought I had more time. Sarah's got a call. She's got a thing she's got to do, so she's got to go get ready. I'm gonna have to look after Maddie.
Okay.
So I'll see if I can do a New York session. Allow him to cut this one early. I thought it was next week that she had this thing on. Anyway, so quick ideas, very quick ideas. I'm going to be looking for reactions here. If London can just now break through this support and close underneath this support and then push down, I'll look for reactions from here to go long for about 30 pips. Otherwise, I'm going to look for sells from above here from about 16, so 16,620. I'm going to look for sells from 16,500. I'm gonna look for some buys. These will be counter trend. Counter trend, just looking for 30 pips. Whilst we're staying inside of this mess, don't waste any bullets. Unless you're a range trader. If you're looking for a breakout trader, just wait for it to break out. Will I do it on YouTube if I do it? Yeah, for now. I'll probably start doing them. For now I will, because I want to journal everything as well. So it will be. But it won't be until NYSE, so that will be about 2:30 my time if I do it. If I get back in time. Alright guys, well, sorry we can't get longer. And the market just went sideways, the bloody thing. What a bastard. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow. Alright, catch you later.
Hit us up in Discord if you want any.
Thanks, Glenn. Thanks for helping everyone out. It's a good community, guys. Join the Discord. Okay, see ya.
Yeah,
Thanks, mate. Enjoyed it.